What's going on, people? It's your boy Tops back again, live for another morning show. Tops in the morning. Before we get into it, make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel. T-Chanzo Sports, the home of sports. Now, let's get into the breaking news of yesterday. Obviously, Ornstein Bomber. It was about Arsenal and Arsenal signing Norgaard. He's actually pretty quick, to be fair. We will link with him in the morning and then apparently agreed a fee by the afternoon. So yeah, but yeah, there's been a lot of discourse about how obviously this deal has gone down in terms of people being happy with it. I can see both sides. I can see why people are fuming. Big up Lee Judges. I've seen his rant about obviously Arsenal not being serious. Big up everyone in the comments as well, man. Obviously, Carlos there to kick the knife in. Said the morning show with my ham roll and coffee, laughing emoji, lining up a midfield with Rice, Norgaard, and Marino could never be Chelsea. This is what I'm saying, man. I mean, yeah, I forgot about Marino. That's how bad that signing was in terms of the midfield. I just see him as a striker now because in midfield he just doesn't move me at all. But nah, it's not ideal. It's not ideal, man. To be fair, I feel like if we're gonna get rid of Partey, and Zubimendi's gonna be the obviously the guy that's going to replace Partey, but I just feel like we needed another top midfielder as well. Like I said, I think ideally you want three like main starters in it. In like say if you got two positions, you got two like 6s, 2 8s. You kind of want like three like proper starters that you're happy with starting, and then like a rotational player. I think that's fair. But at the minute, we've really only got one real starter, Rice, and then people are saying obviously Zubimendi is going to be starting, but you don't know how he's going to obviously start and play with Arsenal. And then the other guys are just like literal squad players. So it's not ideal, man. Big up Henry Ford. It says, yo, where is the striker? I'm worried. I'm thinking about the same thing, Henry, bro. I'm thinking about the same thing, my guy. Like, where is the striker? I have no idea where he is. I said, LOL. Big up Tots. Big up yourself, bro. Hope you're well. Big up yourself. Hope you're smashing the likes as well on the video, man. But let's get into this article on the BBC talking about a sensible signing. Arsenal agree Norgaard deal. So yeah, obviously, the 31-year-old is the captain of Brentford. And yeah, Arsenal have agreed to sign him, man. Arsenal have agreed to sign a deal with Brentford to sign Christian and Norgaard. Sources have indicated that the Gunners have been discussing a fee worth in the region of the initial £10 million with a possible £5 million in performance-related add-ons. So it's going to be 10 plus 5, so £15 million for a 31-year-old Premier League proven player. I suppose it's pretty cheap, but at the same time, it's like, again, I just feel like with this whole situation, it's all about PR. It's all about how you announce these deals. If we had announced, obviously, the main ones that everyone's thinking about, the striker and obviously the winger first, and then announced this later on, I think it would have probably gone down a bit easier. But you've seen the likes of, obviously, Lee Judges and Lee Gunner and all these kind of other guys that are not happy with the situation. Dan Potts as well, big up Dan, is talking about how why are we getting squad players and we're not getting the main meal? Do you know what I mean? And to be fair, you can see why they're like that, because Arsenal are notorious for not getting all the like business done, the proper business done. We're always like one striker away or one goalkeeper away or whatever in the window for really having a decent window. So I can understand the reservations. In terms of actually the player, I think he's a decent Premier League player. Nothing more, nothing less. I don't think he's amazing. I don't think he's terrible. I think he's just decent. He's a decent Premier League player. That's about it, really. But obviously, the problem you've got, and again with the PR spin in terms of what people are expecting. People are expecting Thomas Partey to stay, especially after the whole Birds come in and he wants him to stay, and it looks like he's going to stay with all the reports. So people in the head thought, okay, well, Rice, Partey, and Zubimendi we can work with. That's a nice little trio in terms of players that can all like integrate with each other and all play a decent part in the Premier League season, Champions League season, etc. But because now Partey's going, and now you're getting a guy that's nowhere near in terms of name wise in Norgaard. It feels like it is a downgrade, really. It feels like a downgrade, man. Even though I get it, Zubimendi is supposed to be replacing Partey, Jorginho is going to be replaced by Norgaard. I get the actual logistics of it, but bro, it's not ideal, man. Especially with the season coming up, it just feels like a lack of planning in it. If I'm being honest, bro. If I'm being honest, man. Good morning, Tots. Big up 7 on DR. It says in the chat, I said before, I heard we are looking at a sensible transfer. We got Kepa and Norgaard. So for they said we weren't signing anyone because we got a war chest for the summer. So I was sending a woman and a child to a safe place in the expectations of Bombers. Oh no, I love that. That's funny, man. It's amusing when they justify signings as backups with nothing more. Our best starting lineup needs to play to have any chance of success, bro. And this is the issue, bro, as well, man. Like Again, and this is what I mean about PR. PR can be great for you when you're trying to like send like a narrative and an agenda or something like that to get people on side. But then when you do a PR, which obviously you have to make sure you deliver on, like you said, we threw away the January transfer window because of this summer one. So people are expecting, and this is what you do when you send out these reports saying we're keeping our powder dry for the massive summer. You have to come out in the summer swinging straight away to justify you throwing away a transfer window where you didn't sign anyone because you didn't want to waste money. But now you're just getting squad players at the start. Obviously, if this was done the reverse way around, like I said, people might be a bit more obviously not even understanding, but a bit more like, okay, cool, we're getting these squad players, whatever. But look at the main players we've got already, kind of thing. But for also just to obviously be how they normally are, where they just do the cheap and easy deal first, and then the long ones that we actually really need, they drag out to the point where people are just like, oh my god, just get it over and done with. Similar to the Zumbamendi one, really, where people are just like, oh my god, just get this over and done with, man. Like, I'm sick of hearing about it, reading about it, kind of thing. That's the position you don't want to be in, man, for sure. So yeah, I think the PR is definitely falling flat because, like obviously Seven said, man, we'll all promise the war chest. We're all waiting for this massive expenditure of money, especially because of the last obviously 3 windows, two January ones and the summer one, where we've not really spent too much money. Only what, £10 million. I think we might even made a profit last summer as well, or we already spent 5 or 10 mil like net. It wasn't a lot in it. So yeah, man, everyone's expecting it. Us to make some big money signings straight off the bat to kind of justify us throwing away the transfer window, but we haven't done it. So yeah, I can see why people are like, what the hell? And then, like I said, Raven fans, they're taking the mick again, obviously, understandably, because again, it's like, well, these guys are not going to move the needle. No, we're not scared of Norgaard. I mean, Zumbamendi might be obviously be a good player. Remains to be seen. He's not playing the Premier League, but even that, it's like, bro, you need more, man. We're all waiting to see what you do up front. Then we can be like, you know what? Oh, Arsenal look a bit more threatening now. Now they've got X, Y, Z player up front and stuff like that. So yeah, man, the longer we leave it, the more it's like we're not on a serious thing, to be honest with you. But yeah, it's also like I said, it's also indicated it's going to be 10 million plus 5 million add-ons. The move for Norgaard comes just a week after Thomas Partey's contract expires. So apparently, Thomas Partey had a meeting on the Tuesday with Berta, with Arteta, and they both decided to part ways, considering Partey wanted a pay increase. And I don't know about the contract. It wasn't really obviously discussed in detail in terms of what kind of length it was. Apparently, Partey wants a 2-year deal. Also want to give him a 1-year deal with the option of another 1 year. So bit similar to Jorginho's deal that he had when it was like a kind of like a roll-on thing to see what his performances are before obviously you commit to more money. And obviously the money was going to stay the same or even decrease a little bit. So maybe like 180, 190 compared to the 200 he's on now, which obviously Partey was never going to accept. Like especially because he's going to have offers like he has from Barcelona, from Saudi, from obviously Turkey as well. So yeah, I think they both decided to part ways because Partey knows he can get a better deal somewhere else, playing somewhere else. It'll be interesting to see where he goes, to be fair. I'm pretty intrigued to see who actually picks him up, if it's going to be a Barcelona. Because again, as a squad player for one of these top teams, he's not a bad player. Obviously, he's just, for me, it's his injury concerns for me. But that might just be an Arsenal thing. He might go to another club and be all right. Like Welbeck had a load of injuries here. But then when he went to Brighton, his injury record has not been nowhere near as bad. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, it might be just be a personal club thing. Goes to another club, then he's fine. So but yeah, I think even for a top club to be, like I said, to be a backup or a reserve or like a rotational midfielder, I still think he's good enough to definitely do that at the top level. Still, the Ghanaian international Partey 32 has been in talks over a new deal to stay at the Emirates, but no agreement has been reached. But BBC Sports understands the Seville French midfielder also featured prominently on Arsenal's list of potential targets to replace Partey. So yeah, this guy here, obviously, I've not seen too much of him, only highlights and clips, but he was just giving me Lokonga vibes, isn't it? Like young player, 22, 23, got potential, but it's like, bro, never played in the Premier League. Don't know what kind of level he is going to come into. You're going to have to hope he's top level because, again, we can't really afford any kind of stopgap kind of signings. But then we bought Norgaard, so you can argue that he still is kind of a stopgap guy, signing. So yeah, it's kind of mad. Crucially, however, it's understood manager Mikel Arteta identified Norgaard as a midfielder he wanted because he preferred a Premier League ready player. So that's one of the positives, that at least he's Premier League proven. So he's not going to need time to adapt to the league or whatever. But again, how much time is he actually going to be playing? Like, how many minutes is he actually going to be having? Because Jorginho didn't really play too many games last year. I think he started 1 or 2. The one game I remember starting in the Prem was the Southampton one at home. But I don't think he started too many more than that, to be honest with you. So yeah, if he's going to be the same amount of minutes, then okay, cool. But then at the same time, you get one of the key injuries to one of the key players, then bro, he's starting in like every game probably. So yeah, it's a crazy one, man. And he's a different kind of profile to Partey in terms of like stylistically. He's more like a literally like a DM in it, like wins interceptions and stuff like that, which is fine. But again, in terms of like creating stuff, I don't think he's going to be a very pivotal in my opinion. But we'll wait to see, man. Again, Brentford obviously play a different style to Arsenal as well, so we're more possession based. Is he going to be comfortable in a possession based team where he has to keep the ball ticking? I'm not too sure, to be honest with you. But we'll have to wait and see. Pick up the chat as well. Make sure you guys like the video if you've not already. Seven says the way we identify players is asking if they are true Arsenal players, but we don't say that about our current players. That's very true, to be fair. I feel like every player should be obviously on the radar in terms of, are you good enough to play for the club? Does Norgaard identify as an emergency right back? Because I feel like Wanyeri should, because that's the only way he's getting into the team under Arteta. Yeah, no news about Wanyeri signing a new deal, actually. Obviously, the news broke that Miles Lewis-Skelly signed one, so big up to him. But yeah, no actual real news that he signed a new deal. So we'll have to wait and see with that one, man, because I feel like potentially Miles Lewis-Skelly would have signed the deal at the same time as obviously even Wanyeri. So yeah, that might be one to obviously just keep an eye on. But now in terms of obviously what I was saying in terms of even Wanyeri and Norgaard, the right back situation is going to be very interesting now because again, Timber doesn't look like he's going to be fit before pre-season, so he might have to be eased into the season. And then Ben White's already coming off an injury-ridden season, so how is he going to be fitting into that system in terms of, can we rotate him? Is it going to be another person to be back up to him if Timber's not ready? And who is it going to be? Is he do not play Zubimendi there, please? Like, so we need to stop doing this. Stop trying to put midfielders into right back positions, man. Just get defenders that can do it. It's just because we're carrying the likes of Tomiyasu, who's always injured. So it's like he would be the guy to fill in these positions, but because he's never fit, it's like we have to then subsidize our midfield to try and slot in there for a game or 3 or 4 games kind of thing. So yeah, man, hopefully we can get, and this is probably why I say we probably do need a versatile defender, even though it's like, bro, how many defenders are we signing every single summer? But we do, because we've just got certain areas that, and this is the probably issue as well, when you've got like players that are your like squad players or your rotational players who cover multiple positions. When they're injured for ages, you lose depth in multiple positions. So you lose depth in the centre back area because Tomiyasu can play there. You can play right back, so you lose depth there. You can play left back, so you lose depth there. And that's just one player. Do you know what I mean? So that's the downside of having one player to cover multiple positions. You got to hope they're reliable and stay fit, kind of thing. So yeah, man. So yeah, we probably do need a versatile defender. Obviously, we've been linked with Hato. So we have to wait and see what happens with that. But it looks like that would be a lot of money, probably looking at in the region of like 30 to 40 million euros or something. So, which is a lot for a player that's not going to be a starter again, really going to be a rotational guy. So we'll see if we actually pull the trigger on that. Big up everyone in the building. Make sure you guys like the video. Obviously, back onto the article. It goes on to say Norgaard, goes on to say the club accelerated discussions for the Denmark international in the last 24 hours, and now a deal is in place. It's crazy how we can do deals for goalkeepers and DMs ASAP, Rocky, like as soon as possible. Man said 24 hours, deal done. You get me? But when it comes to the forward line, where we're and R and don't know what to do, man, it's actually mad. 31-year-old who joined Brentford from Fiorentina in 2019 will now undergo a medical before completing his move. Norgaard wasn't a long-term target, but entered the club's radar as they sorted experience in the midfield ahead of Thomas Partey's obviously potential departure. So it was confirmed by, I think it was Fabrizio, that he's definitely going to be going. Obviously, we know that because we're signing Norgaard, but yeah, Partey's definitely going to be going, and yeah, we interested to see, like I said before, where he's going to go to. Norgaard became a key member of the Bees and the captain under Thomas Frank, who left them to become the manager of Tottenham earlier in June. There was obviously reports. I did see that. I think it was like a couple of days ago where I seen reports that Norgaard was linked with Tottenham, but then the price they was touting to Tottenham was like 45 million. So that's when I was shocked when I seen that a fee had been agreed for like I said, 10 to 15 or whatever, which is very, very cheap for a captain of a football club, and he's just signed a two-year deal. So yeah, man, very, very cheap. Also, I've also set to complete the signing of Chelsea goalkeeper Kepa Arrizabalaga this week by paying his £5 million release clause, and are close to finalising the £51 million signing of Raul Sociedad midfielder Martin Zubimendi. So yeah, as soon as July comes next week, I'm expecting all 3 of these to be announced, and then yeah, I want the striker. The striker needs to be updated as soon as possible. Like, I don't understand how we're still waiting for this confirmation of who we're going to go with. Obviously, I've got a quick little update of who it looks like it's going to be, but it changes every day. Some days it's Sesko, some days it's Gyökeres. Everyone just wants a conclusion, man. But yeah, it says, what would Norgaard bring to the Emirates? Norgaard was linked with a reunion with his former manager, Thomas Frank, at Tottenham early this summer, and his record shows why he's highly regarded as one of the top teams. The 31-year-old just completed his 6th successive season at the G-Tech Community Stadium, including all 4 of the Bees' Premier League campaigns. Since his top flight debut in 2021, Norgaard has made 201 interceptions, the most of any Premier League player during this time, while he's also ranked 2nd overall for recoveries and 3rd for tackles won. So like I said, he's probably like a proper old school DM in terms of he's just there to win the ball back. A bit similar to like Paulinho, who used to be at Fulham. That kind of DM that's kind of there to intercept, win the ball back, do them kind of things, and then trying to kind of like pass it on to someone that's better on the ball, in my opinion. Obviously, at Brentford, because they used to play transition, he used to be like kind of like the guy that does that, but it's kind of more like a deep line kind of midfielder who can just have one ball over the top to pass it to like an Mbeumo or a Wissa who are on the wings. So, but for Arsenal, we don't really play like that. So it's going to be more like short, intricate passes. So it'd be interesting to see if he can adapt to that, to be honest with you, because yeah, it's a different kind of style, and it depends how many times he's playing for us in terms of like in the league, Champions League, stuff like that. So yeah, very interesting, man. Not necessarily renowned for goal scoring. 6 goals in all competitions in 2024-2025 was his best return of his entire 14-year professional career. To be honest with you, he's a DM, so I'm not expecting him to score 10, 15 goals. You know what I mean? So 6 is perfectly fine, whatever. While Norgaard offers his own award of experience, it will not be a like-for-like replacement for Partey should he depart. The Ghanaian offers more dynamism, carrying the ball in central areas where the Dane is more of a traditional 6, screening for danger in front of the Brentford's defence, which is what I said, yeah. And as a result, Partey's average carrying stats comfortably surpass those of Norgaard, who's more prolific in breaking up opposition attacks. So if you look at the stats here, man, it's crazy. But games played, obviously, it's pretty similar on average. And then successful passes, look how down that is, man. 37 to 55 from Partey. Obviously, this might be a bit disingenuous comparing these two, but again, because Partey's leaving, he's coming in, people are naturally going to do it. But yeah, just to obviously see the different kind of styles in it. Passing accuracy 87 to 80, long successful passes 6 to 5, and that's what I was saying in terms of how he plays in transition, those balls over the top. That's probably what he's doing in terms of actual long passes. Short passes, it doesn't really do too many because again, it's different style. Touches, obviously, Partey has more because also have more on the ball than Brentford. So yeah. Progressive carries, this is a key one. So that's Partey literally driving the ball from obviously defense or defensive midfield into attack. 8.0 to 2.9. So the guy doesn't dribble. He's literally a screener, which is fair enough. So yeah, completely different kind of profile of player. Possession 6.7 to 7.5. So he's a bit more obviously on the ball in terms of winning the ball back. Tackles, he wins. Obviously, he's got a bit more tackles, and interceptions, he's got a little bit more. So in the successful passing and the obviously ball carries, bro, he's got a lot more Partey compared to Norgaard, man. So yeah, it is looking like a different kind of player all around, if I'm being honest, bro. I said a whole article to justify this move. Yeah, this is what I'm saying, bro. This is what I'm saying. They're trying to like you said, justify their move to make people feel better, I think. But in reality, it is just a squad player. I don't think it's anything again to be massively excited about personally so far. I think everyone's just waiting for the striker and the winger, bro. If I'm being honest, bro, and hopefully some more attacking options because again, you still need a backup for to Saka, in my opinion. I know people don't agree. People will be happy with 2, but I want 3 personally. Hopefully, it's not Madueke, but I want 3 personally. A backup to Saka. If it's Bakayoko, I'll take it. You know what I mean? So yeah, did our zesty coach Arteta ask Norgaard also to send in photos of his family and describe what they mean to him? That's crazy. Big up 7 on big up Kareem says who's Norgaard? Odegaard's evil twin, guy that plays for Brentford. Obviously, he's Danish as well. No, I say Danish as well. Obviously, Odegaard's from Norwegian. So yeah, and sorry, he's from Norway, so he's Norwegian. So yeah, pretty pretty different. But yeah, man, it'd be interesting to see how they link up, if they do link up in terms of on the pitch. Norgaard reminds me when Arteta signed from Everton. He's like a modern Arteta. He's not a massive improvement. He's a body in the team. Not really exciting at all. Yeah, this is what I'm saying, bro. The only thing you can say is, well, okay, well, at least we covered Partey quite quickly, considering obviously Partey decided not he wasn't going to stay. But then I think it just kind of negates the overall point of it being a lackluster signing, and the fact that we literally shouldn't be in this position anyway. We should have knew what Partey was doing long term, probably last season, and then got in 2 ready-made replacements for Jorginho and Partey of similar standards, similar level. Because again, when you lose players, you want to upgrade from them. You want to get better in it. You don't want to stay the same or get worse, especially when you stay in the same. It's just you not winning any trophies, kind of thing. So yeah, it's crazy, man. Comparing Partey to Norgaard, they are these kind of lies, damn lies, as statistics. Also, Bro's 31, not really a long-term signing as well. Yeah, more of a stopgap signing, man. More of a kind of in that Jorginho mold. But the problem with obviously keeping doing this as well, what I thought is, obviously in a couple of years' time, he's going to need to replace it as a body in it. So then what do you do then? You get another stopgap signing. Surely you're going to have to go a little bit younger. For me, you just got to invest in the midfield. Obviously, we have done with Rice. That's cool. But bro, we spent like 45, 50 million on Partey. We spent 15 on Jorginho. Cool. 15 for 15. You could argue. For obviously Norgaard, and then 50 for 50 with Zubimendi and Partey. Fine, cool. But we want to improve on them, surely, because again, even though Partey was good and stuff, he literally didn't win anything with Arsenal, like, which is mad because he was here for 5 years. So you really want to try and improve if you can. Obviously, it's difficult because Partey was a really good player. But if you can improve on the overall squad's quality, I think it's good. Whereas I feel like we've until we see them on the pitch, it does feel like we've downgraded, if I'm being honest. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see, man. But yeah, another former West Ham coach, Crystal Palace and Wolves coach, Edu, it says Norgaard is a modern day defensive anchor player. There's no doubt he can rival Partey or offer more options to Arteta. See, the thing is, what we probably should have done is keep Partey and get Norgaard. Then I'll be like, cool, we've actually got proper midfield depth in it. Like, there's no reason to play Rice as a 6 now, because you've literally got 2 players that can play 6. You can play maybe Zubimendi further forward, and they could be the 2-8s kind of thing. That would have been a proper thing, because then you get an extra body in there. You don't have to play Marino in midfield anymore. You don't have to play Havertz in midfield anymore. So they can literally be your striking options. Then you can get another striker, and then there your 3 striking options. You got 4 midfielders in depth, and then you go from there. But instead, we've let him go, replace them with him, and then it's kind of like up in the air what we're doing in it. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, but yeah, it says that obviously there's no doubt he can rival Partey and offer more options to Arteta, offering him more depth in his squad. Christian can also break up play, intercept, tackle, block, and win aerial duels. He can let Martin Odegaard, Declan Rice do their thing while he protects their backs. He can also recycle the ball and play forwards effectively in the league where there are so many transitions. A player who senses danger has a great ability to regain the ball. Can also be a must in your team. His physicality and the fact he's been tested at the Premier League also makes him a very sensible signing. He can be a great additional to Arsenal. So he's doing the prep very, very well, man. He can also fit perfectly with Zubimendi if he signed. They can play together if Arteta opts for 2 holding midfielders and 110 instead of an anchor and 2 8s. Zubimendi is more of a passing creator. Christian is more of a break line playing midfielder who can regain possession, secure possession, and stop the opposition from easily breaking into the final third. I feel Arteta is making sure he will have enough strength in midfield in area to compete in all 4 competitions. So yes, but the thing I say about that, bro, is like it's a lot of pressure on Zubimendi to be creative, because we all know Declan Rice isn't creative. That's not his strength in terms of passing. Obviously, he's a good ball carrier and he's got a good shot in him. But in terms of passing, breaking through the lines, that's not his strength. It looks like Marino that's not his strength either. So, bro, you're looking at these kind of players and thinking, okay, if Zubimendi doesn't work, how are we going to create chances? Because again, Partey was the only other one last year, so there was a lot of pressure on him. So it's like you need kind of 2 technical guys, bro. We used to have about 4 or 5 back in the day. We used to have Rosicky, Santi Cazorla. We used to have Nasri, bro. We used to have bare guys, bro, that could do it. Bare that could break lines with their passing. Now we got 1 man in the squad. Do you know what I mean? We gotta hope he stays fit. Yeah, just look at Arteta's age when he signed. He was 29, bro. It's really damn on a day, Arteta. I hear it, bro. And the thing is with Arteta, he came in as a number 10, but he just wasn't cutting it. So we had to push him back, bro, because man didn't have the legs like that. Do you get it? So yeah, we had to push him back into DM, and he just kind of. And the thing is that in DM, he wasn't particularly great in terms of interceptions and stuff like that, because he didn't really have the legs or the physicality. He was good at like passing. He's kind of just like a tempo builder, innit? But didn't really do anything spectacular as a player. Not to be critical, but if you aren't supposed to be pushing on to win the league and going further in the Champions League semi-final, you put Norgaard against the likes of Vitina and he's getting scored. This is what I'm saying, bro. And again, it's that thing, bro. Like I said, because these are the only players we've signed, people are expecting us to get starters. These guys are not starters, but because we ain't signed any starters yet, it's like everyone just automatically, and I can understand it, saying, well, this is not going to get you over the line, but these guys shouldn't be the starters anyway. So we kind of not even improved the team. This is like squad building, but it's like, bro, we need to improve the starting lineup. That's the whole point of this whole thing. And the squad as well, to be fair. We need to do both, but we're not doing both at the minute. We're just getting squad players. Kepa, Norgaard, obviously, Subamendi, okay, cool. You can say he improves the squad. But again, we've only just replaced the players that I've left rather than people wanted, us to get more bodies as well. Do you know what I mean? As well as replacing players that are leaving. Do you know what I'm saying? And at this moment in time, it just feels like, again, because there's no actual clear plan of, okay, we're going to get this guy, he's starting for our team. New striker, new left winger. Do you know what I mean? New number 10 or whatever, new centre back, whatever, new right winger. Do you know what I mean? There's none of that, man. And it's not even the thing where he's going to even compete to be in the starting lineup, really. He's going to be used as a rotational kind of player. If we've got a Man City at the weekend and we've got Champions League away game against, I don't know, Porto, for example, he'll probably play him in that or something. The Porto at home, or I don't know, Monaco at home or something like that. Do you know what I mean? And then the Man City one, he'll play the Zumbamendi kind of thing. So yeah, that's the kind of area we're at the minute, man. But obviously, big up everyone in the comments, man. Make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel. Obviously, just going through this article about Norgaard. But yeah, I get what you're saying, Korean. If you go back when Partey was signed from Arsenal, wasn't he a first team midfielder who won the league at Athletic? Yeah, he did win the league, won obviously Europa League as well. Not sure why he's considered an equivalent caliber player like the likes of Partey. Yeah, he shouldn't be compared to him. He's got to be compared to Jorginho. But even with him, he won obviously the Champions League with Chelsea, and obviously was a pivotal part in that campaign as well. So the Norgaard signing, it just seems like, you know what it is? It just seems like it's just a panic. I mean, everyone thought Partey was staying, now he's not. And then we just panicked and got someone who's available, who plays in the Premier League. Which, okay, cool, whatever. But bro, like, where are the start? I'm still waiting for the starters, isn't it? Norgaard and Odegaard. What's Arteta trying to do here, bro? It's the year of the guards, bro. Big up Kurt as well, my guy. Big yourself up. Hope you well on this morning, man. Make sure you guys smash the likes and tell a friend to tell a friend. This is the morning show, man. You got to go big, bro, like winners from the Bundesliga, Serie A, La Liga. Bro, this is what every Arsenal fan's waiting for. This is the issue, especially Korean, when we got told in January, we're not getting any kind of strikers because we're waiting for the summer. That's the key issue as well. So when you say stuff like that, or you put that into the media and stuff like that as PR, then you better deliver in the summer. And obviously, man, we're still waiting. Not to say they still can't, because again, the window's not closed yet, but it's not a exciting start. Like, a lot of Arsenal fans are wanting to be excited with the signings. You're not really excited by these, man, to be honest with you. Big up, obviously, Kurt as well. Big up you, bro. Hope you're well, my guy. Your club moving like we're gonna try and get bargain signings in the market. Listen, if you're doing this, then you better go big in the areas that we need to go big in. Like, what I'm expecting, and this is why I said, for me personally, you've had like 2 Januaries we didn't spend anything. Yeah, last summer we had like 5 to 10 mil net spend. You better go mad in those kind of forward areas, man. That's why I said I want 3 forwards, bro. I want a backup to Saka, I want a striker, and I want a left winger, bro. And you better spend peas on it. Then I can justify you spending hardly anything on a backup goalkeeper and the Norgaard guy that's cheaper in it. I can justify that because you've gone ham on the 3 positions. But until you do it, you're always going to get questions like this. You know what I'm saying? In terms of we're just getting bargain sales. We should be making moves like City and Liverpool, buying big players. Again, I agree, man. I agree. Everyone's just waiting. Like, when are we going to start doing that? For sure. This article you're reading is firstly trying to act like Norgaard going to start. True. Secondly, like, Arteta is going to change his formation now to suit Norgaard. Exactly as well, which is not going to be the case. He's going to be a squad player, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? He's going to be a squad player, man. I know City are in the sorry, I know United are in the gutter right now, but if we get linked and signing Norgaard, I will not be excited and asking what we're doing. Exactly, bro. And look at the position you're in, and you're not even in, like, no disrespect, you're not in like a title race kind of discussion. Do you know what I'm saying? You're gonna be trying to get him back into the top 10, probably trying to get back into Europe, top 6, top 7, and yeah. Look at the caliber of signings you're making, because you need to, but we need to do the same as well to get over the line as well, man. So that's the frustration bit, bro. Apparently City want Rodrigo. Yeah, I did see that as well, man. It is a bit of a mad one, bro. It is a bit of a mad one. Obviously, I'll just finish off the article. It says Norgaard has played a vital role in almost 6 years at the club, making nearly 200 appearances in all competitions and being named captain in 2023. His importance for the side can be shown by the fact we failed to win any of the 4 Premier League games he missed last season. Obviously, he's talking as a Brentford fan. And the 2 victories in the 7 in which he was absent during the last campaign. He's the glue that holds the stick together in his defense midfield role, protecting the defense, winning tackles, and setting up attacks. This season, he has also become a regular goal scorer with 6 in all competitions, 5 in the Premier League, nearly half of his entire total of 13 for the club. We are a much weaker team without him. So it'll be interesting to see how they do. They've lost their manager, they've lost their Mbeumo, they've lost their captain. So it's going to be interesting to see how Brentford do get on. They could be in trouble next year, to be fair, because again, I feel like Thomas Frank was a very good manager for them in terms of keeping them steady. And losing Mbeumo again, and probably Norgaard for them in particular, might be a big blow, if I'm being honest, man. But we'll have to wait and see with that one. Big up the chat. It says City signed one of the best midfielders in Serie A and arguably the best attacker in Serie A outside PSG's squad. Also, you know, I rate him. Yeah, you do rate him a lot, man. You do rate him a lot for sure, bro. All the guards, not his shooting guard. I will be doing the guard of honor again. Yeah, that's funny, bro. Big yourself up. That's funny. That is hilarious, bro. Nah, he's not looking good, bro. He's not looking good. Um, um, he's injured for 3 weeks. Oh, he's injured. I just seen he scored a free kick, man. His first goal for City, but he's injured already. That's crazy, man. Looks like he's going to be missing the rest of the tournament, isn't it? So that's Pete. But at least he got, again, even him, man. Like, that's a new kind of different kind of element, different kind of player that you sent out on loan. Obviously, you bought. And now he can be added to your attacking lineup. Like, people obviously not really that's kind of sleeping on him in it, because he's a very good player too. So yeah, man, it's crazy, man. It's absolutely crazy. But yeah, just to obviously end on the Norgaard thing, like I said, bro, it's not a signing that excites me at all. I'm still waiting for the striker. I'm still waiting for the left winger. And our midfield options do look like it's got a bit weaker, if I'm being honest, bro. But we'll have to wait and see. I need to see how Zubermany does for Arsenal in the Premier League before I make a definitive answer, to be honest with you. But if you had to ask me off rip if I think he's going to be better than Partey, I'll probably say no to start off with, because again, there's got to be some kind of adaptation to the league, surely, you would assume. If he doesn't need it, fantastic. But yeah, you'd assume that he's going to need to adapt a little bit to the league, man. But yeah, big up everyone tuning in. Make sure you guys smash the like button and all of that good stuff. But yeah, man, obviously, we're going to move on to the everlasting saga of Benjamin Sesko. So yeah, another article here. Benjamin Sesko drops a major 70 million Arsenal transfer hint as Victor Gyökeres' decision is clear. So yeah, man, it's bro, this saga, bro, I just want it to be done, man. I can't even lie. Like, it's just dragging on and on and on and on. It says, obviously, Benjamin Sesko has dropped a major hint that he could be making a move to Arsenal this summer. Sesko, the 22-year-old, has emerged as Arsenal's top target for the number 9 position after scoring 21 goals. That's all competitions, and 6 assists in 45 games for Leipzig during the 2024-2025 season. Yeah, man. I mean, bro, I'm hearing Sesko's top target today. Then the day before, it's Gyökeres. I just think no one really has an actual clue. I think people are just guessing and assuming and just hoping in a 50-50 race, they just get it right. Do you know what I mean? Because again, people have said that Arsenal are going to be signing Gyökeres, and Gyökeres wants to join us. People are saying that we want Sesko, and we're going all out for Sesko. I don't understand what a hold up is, to be honest with you. I don't understand what a hold up is, man, if I'm being honest, because yeah, we've got the money. Both of them want to sell each, obviously, the striker. We're in a position where we can buy them. Like I said, we've got money, so I don't understand what a hold up is, man. Arteta side wanted Sesko last summer, but he instead committed his future and signed up. Like, why would you even do this, by the way? Sign a 5-year deal, knowing that you're going to probably be leaving in the next window or whatever. It's just so silly. Like, sign a 3-year one or something. Do you know what I mean? However, after Leipzig failed to secure European football for the first time in 8 years, it is reported that Sesko and several others, Xavi Simons. See, this is the guy I'd take, man. I think he's a good player, Xavi Simons, and he's someone that can play multiple positions. Sorry, got Champions League experience, and yeah, different kind of profile than what we've got. Opening to leaving. I'd rather sign him from Leipzig, to be honest with you, because it's a position that we definitely need for sure. The Sun claimed earlier this week, while the Gunners are prepared to pay 70 million for the former Red Bull Salzburg man, they face a potential roadblock to his wage demands, man. So yeah, to pay 70 mil for this guy and him be on 200 grand a week, this guy has to be amazing. Like, he has to be. I'm not saying he is, because I've not really seen too much of him, but bro, that's a lot of money, bro. That's going down that Kai Havertz kind of route in terms of overpaying for a transfer fee and then really overpaying a wage fee when he's not really done enough, in my opinion, to warrant 200 grand. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's crazy, man. Confidence is still high that Arsenal can get a deal over the line. Sesko himself has now dropped the biggest hint. Yeah, he could be signing for Arsenal in the transfer window. As spotted by Fabrizio Romano. This is how bad we're getting, guys. We're checking what people are doing on social media, bro, who they're signing, and that is actually crazy. Sesko has followed Arsenal's official account on Instagram. The Sevillanian has 297,000 followers, follows 244 people, and one of them is the Arsenal page. So yeah, man, we're getting a bit desperate here for news here. I can't even lie. We are getting a bit desperate. I'll be real. we'll roll more like Tesco's. Says Kurt, that's not amazing. I'm going to be honest. Sesko stats. Yeah, bro, for a guy that's supposed to be a needle mover, it's not, and that's the all competitions as well, by the way. And for me, I think probably Kai Havertz would have got similar. Remember, Kai Havertz got 15 goals in all comps and missed like 5 months of the season towards the end. Do you know what I mean? So he probably would have got like 20, 21, 22. He would have only needed to score 5 or 6 more goals. So he probably would have got the same. This is what I mean. And for me, this is my personal opinion. We need to get someone that's better than him, that scores more goals than him. I don't want someone like for like, because then it's just like only one player can probably play at the same time, unless you drop Havertz in midfield, which no one wants to see. So you're just kind of replacing 15 goals with 15 goals. I want to replace 15 goals with 25 goals, 30 goals. Do you know what I mean? And it would mean a massive step up for him to do it in one swoop in a harder league. Do you know what I'm saying? At a young age. I don't know, man. Not say you can't, but yeah, I don't know, man. Are you watching City later today? I don't know. I'm not about later today, bro. But when you guys go to the last 16, I'll definitely be doing the watch long games for that, bro. But big yourself up. Anyway, I'm still for a bit shocked if when we bring in the striker, just because, man. Yeah, I get what you mean, bro. We've been waiting 5 years since Aubameyang left to get a proper one, so I get what you're saying, bro. It will be a bit of a shock if we actually do manage to achieve it. Big up Godfrey, my bro. Big up Tops. You good? Yeah, I'm good, brother. I hope you're well, my guy. Sesko spotted wearing red on his holiday. Going to be news. Just trust me, based on how the news deal is right now. It's because no one's got a clue, bro. I feel like Arsenal, I don't even know if it's a good thing, because again, the fans are kind of in the dark as well, and these are the same fans that are getting your season tickets and stuff like that. So I don't know if it's a great news that they're in the dark, but I feel like they're in the dark. Journalists are in the dark. No one really knows what's happening, man, to be honest with you. And yeah, I feel like for me, they need to make sure that the fans know what kind of direction they're going in, so they can be a bit more clever in terms of what we're going to do going forward. Because again, if you know that you're getting, for example, Gyökeres through the door, I think fans will be a bit more relaxed about Norgaard. They could be like, yo, well, we're getting our striker anyway. Norgaard's a backup, whatever. The striker is the main thing that everyone wants. But because it's still up in the air, people are crushing out over Norgaard like judges and that. So yeah, I hear it. Sesko following us means nothing right now to me. Hit the button, good people. Yeah, make sure you guys smash the like button and that, man. Really appreciate you guys. All this transfer news, we can't even use the words they're reaching anymore. Yeah, for sure. It's bad, man. It's really bad, if I'm being honest, bro. I really want Arsenal to sign Sesko so Gyökeres can get his 1 year discount subscription to the Arabic actual cloud. You hate this guy. I hear it. I rate it. I rate the consistency, bro. It's absolutely crazy, man. But yeah, this is obviously what Fabrizio Romano reported. I think it was in May. Understood Arsenal now advancing in negotiations for Benjamin Sesko after initial concrete talks reported last week. Discussions underway and proceeding well between all parties involved, players and clubs. No agreement yet, but or expected this weekend, but advancing. So yeah, this was obviously he's edited that from actually June 25th, which was edited. But I'm sure he did that at the start of May. So yeah, obviously those reports and rumors that he's friends with Sesko's agent or something like that. That's why you can get exclusives on obviously reports in terms of him linking with other clubs or him signing new like deals with Leipzig and stuff like that. So potentially you'll have the scoop on it. But yeah, man, and this is why obviously is leading to a lot of frustration for Arsenal fans, because we've been literally been waiting. Like, what is going to happen with this deal? Like, what are we actually doing with it? Are we going to be waiting a long time until we actually know whether we're going to even go for one of these players? Are we going to bid for one of these players? Like, what is the process? Obviously, people are saying, well, Berta puts you in a position where he decides and then we get the deal. And maybe that's true, because the Norgaard one happened very, very quickly. So did the Kepa one. So maybe that's true. But bro, it needs to be true, because again, if you're waiting this long to pick which player and then it's going to be the same amount of time. People are saying obviously last year, and it's true, like we took like 7 to 8 weeks to sign Mikel Merino. And now I remember the reason that was because last year we were literally doing one in, one out, because for some reason we didn't want to overstep our mark in the PSR, so we wanted one player in, one player out. Obviously, we're not doing that this season, thank God. But bro, it can't take us that long to sign one player that's not even like a main star. Do you know what I mean? So for a striker situation, this guy's got to be on the tour, whoever it is, if it's Sesko or Gyökeres, they've got to be on the tour, and we're going to integrate them into the team in pre-season, man. And maybe you can start getting people excited, especially if we start playing well in pre-season. You know how fans are, man. They can be fickle. They just need a bit of encouragement, a bit of excitement, and then they can change their mind, some of them. So yeah, if you buy Sesko or Gyökeres and you play him in obviously pre-season, and the guy gets a hat trick against Spurs, for example, people are going to be a bit more excited for the start of the season because, like, oh, okay, we've got a new striker, he's scoring goals in pre-season, we're ready to go. But at the minute, we're going to be playing habits on front in these pre-season games. And the thing is, as well, like someone said, I think it was Lee Judges picking him up, bro, we only got one striker. Jesus is out till next year. Marino's a midfielder. So if Havertz gets injured in pre-season or before the start of the season, we're back to play Marino up front at the minute. So we need to get a move on, bro. I can't lie. We need to get a move on, man. It's actually crazy. But yeah, big up the chat, man. It says, who does he think he is? He's been stat paneling in the Farmers League where half the team in the league doesn't have a Google club badges, and he thinks he's him. Bro's going to be 28 soon, and he really thinks he has a massive leverage after having 2 breakout seasons in Portugal before I fell stint at Coventry, laughing my ass off. Give me a break. You don't like this guy, man, at all. Now, you know what? With him, I don't think you should take it too personally. I know you obviously rejected your club, so I can understand why you are taking it personally. But I don't think it was even a rejection, man. I just think the way Fabrizio Romano worded it made it sound worse than it was. I just think he's just chosen to go to Arsenal. I think he'd probably still go to Man United if Arsenal's on the table. That's why I still think you'll probably sign him, to be honest with you. I think probably next week, you'll hear rumors and concrete evidence about us negotiating with Leipzig for Sesko. That'll probably drop by Ornstein or something. And then after that, either you or Liverpool will probably try and go for Gyökeres in it or something. And then you probably still go to, do you know what I mean? So, yeah, man, I won't go too ham on him yet. But again, he's just probably trying to look out for his best interest, I guess. But yeah, it's a bit of a mad one, man, to be fair. We only know monitoring players that sits on the bench at the club. World Cup, we get them supposedly, not people sitting on the couch at home. Yeah, for sure, bro. Like, we're always just kind of waiting, bro. Like, that's the issue, fam. Like, the key positions we want to get sorted. Because the thing is, and the worst thing about this as well, bro, like, if you think this is bad, well, wait till this Rodrigo thing happens, bro, in terms of, like, waiting for him to make a decision, how long that's going to take, how long that's going to drag. Because you know what's going to happen. It's going to be, obviously, he's at the Club World Cup now. Real Madrid might get to nearly towards the end. If they do, it's going to be, middle of July. Then after that, he's going to go on holiday for 2-3 weeks. Then it's going to be August. Then the season's going to be starting. We still ain't got a left winger. Ullman and Arenworth to go for him. And that's why I really wanted, and there was rumors that we're going to do it, I really wanted the transfer window, to end before the start of the season. So then you just cut out a month of all of this. Do you know what I mean? Because the season started. This is the team you got. I think it's just better like that anyway. But now, obviously, the transfer window isn't until September. So you're literally waiting until September, bro, to hope you get someone through the door, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's not obviously ideal. Not ideal at all, if I'm being honest, man. But, yeah, it's the Arsenal way, man. It's the Arsenal way. Obviously, with the move on the cards, Sesko seems keen to stay fit ahead of pre-season. Football understands that the Gunners are interested in signing the man, even if his stock has fallen a little bit after struggling during the second half of the season. So yeah, his stocks were definitely higher last year, because I think last year in 18 starts he got 14 goals. So yeah, from that little sample size, and obviously he was a year younger, he was 20 going into 21. So you think, okay, this has got a lot of potential in terms of being a striker that can be clinical in the small sample size. But then this season just gone, I think he played like 33 games. I got 13 goals. So he played more games and got less goals. So yeah, man, it's not ideal, if I'm being honest, bro. Not ideal. How much should Arsenal look to spend on Sesko? For me, it should be well under 65 mil, man. Look at the prices here. Which one do you think how much do you think he's worth, you guys? Because I don't think 90 to 100, more than 100, 85 to 90. It has to, for me, it should be under like 50, if I'm being honest, man. 45 mil pound player, 50 million pound max. I'm saying 60, 65, 75. Nah, too much for me, bro. Way too much for me, man. Way too much for me, bro. I said, yeah, I recently saw a Nani during an interview about what he thinks about Gyökeres. He says he doesn't really rate him because he's not going to be able to bully Prem defenders like he does in Portugal. I believe him. Obviously, Rio Ferdinand said the same thing. A lot of Man United fans or Man United players are saying that as well. I can actually hear that in terms of you look at a lot of his goals, and he's obviously 1v1s and stuff like that. He's bullying a lot of defenders, pushing them off, using his physicality. He's not going to be able to do that as much in the Prem. However, when we did play them, we beat him 5-1. He was giving Kivior and I think Saliba a tough time. So he is physical in it. Like, he's not like he's against any kind of defender. He's just going to be rubbish. You know what I mean? He can be physical, but he does rely on that a little bit. He does. And when that doesn't work, you have to have a bit more technical ability about you. But for me, in terms of like what we need him for, we just need him to score goals. That's literally it. And if you can obviously adjust your system for him to be in the box and to finish off chances that we create, then I'll be happy with that, to be honest with you, because we need to go in a different direction. I know some Arsenal fans are happy with where we're going, but for me, we need to change drastically our tactics and how we set up in terms of going forward, how we break down like teams in low blocks and mid blocks, how we convert chances as well. I think it needs to be it needs to be altered a bit, because again, what we're doing, again, it's great for second, but to really go over the line and get first, we're going to have to change something drastically if we're not going to change the manager. So, yeah, for me, it all needs to be changed up. I can't even lie, bro. I said I believe him. I hear what you're saying. You listen, like I said, ideally, I want Isak out of the two, because there is pros for Gyökeres and there's pros for Sesko and there's cons for both as well. Do you know what I mean? Sesko, in terms of pros, there's certain things he's does on the highlights I've seen, and some of the games I've watched where I'm like, wow, that's really impressive in terms of like technical goals. Some of the volleys he scored, the goals, like the one he scored at Bayern Munich was a very good finish. So some of the goals he scores from a technical standpoint is very, very high quality. Like it's a very good goal, like in terms of the volleys and stuff like that. But then you look at his obviously age, the fact that he's not prolific in terms of how many goals he's scored. I know obviously he's goal output in terms of chances getting obviously XG or whatever is decent, but in terms of the amount he gets is not a lot compared to obviously Gyökeres, different league, I know, but yeah, so that's probably so there's no real actual evidence that he can score more goals than he actually does than the 14 and 13, so that's kind of like a con for him. And then the pros for Gyökeres, obviously he scored a load of goals, he's a goal scorer, he's scored over 30 in 2 seasons in a row now. And he scored in the Champions League and he scores at international level as well. So there is kind of pros, but then the cons is the opposition is not great level in the league. And again, he's 27, 28, never had a real big move as well. And also, you would think more clubs will be looking at him with his goal record, and it's only really been Man United and Arsenal. So pros and cons with both, bro. Pros and cons with both. So yeah, I'm not saying that either one is going to be amazing. I don't think Isak is going to move, in my opinion. No, I don't think he's going to move. That would be my ideal one, though, to be honest with you. The club is backed by the state in Saudi. They don't need the money. They just want to do better, so he gives them more leeway to pump in capital. The only way he moves is if he literally forces a move, and I don't think he's going to do that now. Not this season, anyway. They're in the Champions League. They just want a trophy. He scored in the final. Like, he's going to be paid. Obviously, they probably will even offer him a new contract, probably, just to keep him. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, man, it's crazy, man. It's actually crazy. Pick up the chat. Make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel if you've not already. Tell a friend that I'm about. Big up Godfrey. He says the goal Sesko scored against Juve on the Champions League was a bad boy finish as well. Nah, it was. This is what I'm saying. I'm not saying. The thing is, I'm not even saying he's a terrible player. I'm just saying I don't know if he's what we need right now. Like, if it was a case where, and this is what I said, if we were a proper club, we'd just get both. And then I'll be happy about, you know what, Sesko's got qualities that I like, and Gyökeres got qualities that I like. Just get them both and just rotate them in it. Because we need 2 strikers. We've still not replaced Eddie. We need to replace Jesus or Havertz or both or whatever. So that would be the ideal thing, man. But yeah, the one against Juve was sick. I think that was the one that hit the bar and went in. The one against Bayern outside the right foot was sick. There's one he scored for, I think, Slovenia, where it's like an over the top and he's like a Van Persie volley. That was sick as well. So, bro, the goals he scored, they're good, man. But it's just how much, bro. But yeah, man, it's crazy, man. Big up, Kibo, man, talks football. Big up, brother. Hope you're well. Big up Tops on the chat. Hope you're good this morning. Big up yourself, brother. I hope you're well, my guy. Hi, Newcastle should sign Trafford, Bakayoko, Kudus, Alanga. Yeah, bro, that'll be some good signings if you sign all them guys. I can't even lie, bro. I really think you need an English international, and my days, Barcelona link striker is going to prove himself. I know a guy who would fit perfectly at Arsenal, trying to sell me that right there. Rashford stuck you now. Crazy, nasty work, fam. That is nasty, nasty, nasty work. Big up Carlos. He said, "Let me reload it." So glad Chelsea stockpiled Lavia and Casado. Nah, listen. Even though I hate Chelsea, credit where it's due, man. You did the right thing in it because again, midfield like squad building is the longest thing, bro. Especially when you got two positions and like in terms of number 8 to number 6, man, and they're all getting older at the same time, which we had with Partey and Jorginho, 2 6s that got old at the same time. We kind of needed to replace them 2 seasons in a row, really, rather than the 1 season, because again, options are limited depending on who's available on the market, how much you can get them for. Or you could argue, say, well, because people are saying, well, what if we actually played the old Sociedad midfield of Zubamendi, Marino, and Odegaard, which would be crazy, to be honest with you. But people don't even see Marino as a first teamer, so no one even mentions him in that midfield free. But yeah, man, the midfield building has been difficult for Arsenal. We've still not replaced Xhaka, really. It looks like we're going to be struggling to replace Partey if Zubamendi doesn't hit the ground running. So yeah, man, to be fair, you did the right thing. I think we're going to struggle to replace a couple of our players still, man. I will take Rashford on loan, Korean. Right. Oh my days. I don't know, man. I don't know. Yeah, you can take him, bro. Sancho wasn't an issue. It's Man United. Everyone improves once they leave that pit. That's Old Trafford. Rashford to Chelsea on a dry loan. They take the wages. I'll take it. Bro, do you think he actually do well for Chelsea? I'm not sure, to be honest with you, if he would. It depends, man. Maybe. I don't know. What, you play him on the left kind of thing, or play him up front, or integrate in the two. I don't know, bro. I feel like with him, he definitely suits a certain style, more of a transitional, counter-attacking, kind of in behind kind of style. I don't know with you, man. Play more methodical now with the Maresca in it, more of a kind of like slow tempo kind of thing, trying to build up with the passing and stuff with your midfielders. So I don't know if he would be a guy that would flourish with that in it. But again, I think on the Poch, when you had Poch, you probably would do a bit better because he was more like Crash Bandicoot kind of football in it, rock and roll kind of end to end. That's why probably all your players were going injured so quickly in it. So yeah, man, it's crazy, bro. But it's actually mad, man. It's actually mad. Man said Rashford on the left wing would be his. Yeah, I mean, again, is he better than Madueke? Yeah, he is. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know if he's past his prime yet or past his best. I hear what you're saying about the Old Trafford thing because again, a lot of players leave Old Trafford. Look at Anthony, for example, and everyone thought he was terrible, and he is actually not. He just obviously doesn't fit the Premier League or probably doesn't fit Man United. And yeah, man, big up Godfrey says Liverpool form with both Casado and Lavia, especially Lavia because they did all the groundwork, then just splash 115 mil on Casado. When Lavia saw that, he said, "I'm going Chelsea as revenge," as well as obviously Chelsea having the leverage of having obviously his old, I think it was his old coach as well. Is it Shields at Chelsea? So yeah, man, that used to be at Southampton. But yeah, bro. And the thing is that's the only thing about Liverpool in terms of because I still think they're favourites to win the league because of the signings they've made so far. But that DM role, that if they got Zubamendi as well and had that obviously him as a rotation with Gravenberch, because I do rate Gravenberch, I think he did very well last year. But I'm just thinking about if he gets injured or if he has to obviously not play a certain amount of games, who's going to come in and cover adequately? They've got Szoboszlai, but him in a deeper role, I don't know if that's going to suit him more or not. I know he's not very creative. A lot of Liverpool fans don't really like him in the 10 because he doesn't really create too many chances or score that many goals. But obviously, he's a very good engine. So, yeah, man, that's probably the only area I'd say they've not really got adequate cover because I don't think Endo can do a sustained amount of obviously covering for a sustained amount of time during that period of time, man. So, yeah. Man said, I need to feed my boy Chippy Chips. He looks more and more miserable every single day. That's crazy, man. I will be 2 taps to in that dreary London prison. Real talk. This Cole Palmer gimmick, you got to stop, Korean. The boy just got his number 10 shirt. he wants Palmer, bro. He wants Palmer. What number is bigger, United's 10 or Chelsea's 10? If you think you can afford Cole Palmer, Korean, then why not try and sign up Wirtz? True. That is true, to be fair, because Palmer's going to cost bread, bro. It's going to be 150 in it. If Wirtz is going to be 100, I think it's like 130 overall. It's going to be around them at the same time, bro. You know the real answer. Chip's dream club is United. Korean Mount is your number 7. Oh, bro, I forgot you even had Mount, bro. Oh my days, what a waste of money, man. Jesus, I know people talk about Havertz, man, but bro, at least he's contributed something for the team. Do you know what I mean? Even though it's not great. Mount has literally done nothing. It's crazy. What a terrible signing, man. Palmer's boyhood club. Hold it, Carlos. Anyway, back to work I go. Big up yourself, Carlos. Big up for tuning in. Make sure you have a good day at work and that. But yeah, really doesn't care about your feelings. Chippy chips will be on fire. Bro, man's going to be pushing this Cole Palmer agenda till the cows come home, bro. It's crazy. Also, Korean rejected by Liam Delap for Chelsea. Hold that, says Carlos, bro. Earlier, Arsenal, we want players that play with Odegaard. I so see that when we should have got players Norgaard play with that Brentford. Yeah, for sure. Go get me Mbeumo. Go get me Wissa. Then I'll be gassed. You know what I'm saying? Because I rate both of them, man. Man like Hobson Shaw, man. Big up months for that. But yeah, bro, the two duos, man, doing their thing, man. But yeah, they're killing it there, man. 20 and 19 goals doesn't get spoken about enough. I can't lie. I feel like if they both weren't bold, they'll just be both rated a bit more, innit? But because they both got no trim, it's like they're not seen as high regard. You compare the prep they get compared to like Cunha, and it's like chalk and cheese. I know they're different players, but yeah, the goal scoring wise, I think they both scored more than Cunha as well. So yeah, it's actually mad. Now he's gonna run down his contract, bro. His contract's long, you know. He signed that was it 9 years or 8 years? It's crazy, man. It's crazy, man. Now he's gonna run down his contract and join United. He's finally gonna crack a smile. I've never seen Chippy Chip smile in the Chelsea blue. You know it's true. Chippy Chip. That Chippy Chips line, man, is crazy. Last time I saw Palmer smile Korean, he was with your gal. Carlos is an idiot, fam. This guy's an idiot, bro. Obviously, that sets me greatly onto obviously Manchester United, man. And yeah, it looks like they're getting Mbeumo. Speaking of Brentford, scoring machine or freak season. What Mbeumo could bring to Manchester United. Man United were a team short of goals last season, and they seemed determined to do something about it. Having already spent £62 million on Cunha, they are now chasing Brentford's Brian Mbeumo, sorry. After seeing a £45 million bid rejected in June, they've gone back with an even bigger offer of more than £60 million. So that's £120 million on two players, bro. You're spending the peas. I hope you're going to be selling some players, man, because again, it looked like you're going to be on the trajectory of like a £300 million kind of summer. The amount of work you still need to do with obviously getting midfielders in, defenders in. You want a new keeper that's probably going to cost 40 or 50 million as well if you're going to get Martinez or your man there from Porto, I forgot his name. So yeah, man, you've still got a lot of spending to do, bro. If they're able to get it over the line, what will the Cameroon forward bring to Old Trafford? Mbeumo's best season, but was it a one-off? Mbeumo scored 20 goals for Brentford last season across the league. Sorry, only Mohamed Salah, Isaac, and Haaland scored more Premier League goals than them. So he's in top company. If we're being honest, bro, these are the best strikers or forwards in the league, and only those three players got more goals in a minute. So yeah, you got to rate it. But that is the first time the 25-year-old had reached double figures for a top flight club. He netted 11 times in all competitions in League 2, League 2. 2018, 2019, 16 goals for Brentford when they were in the Championship. The Cameroon had rather consistently hold his first 3 Premier League seasons, 8, 9, and 9 in all comps. So that is a massive jump, you know, actually, to be fair. I didn't realize his goal tally was that low. I thought he was in like the double figures in all comps kind of thing, but 8, 9, and 9 is pretty low before obviously the 20-goal league season. The expected XG suggests that the 20-goal season might be a one-off. His XG was only 12, which means he outperformed his XG by 7.7, which is a lot. I mean, a lot of his goals were banging goals, to be fair. It's actually crazy. A lot of them were banging goals, man, but it's actually mad, bro. Big up the chat. It says, I know the only time you smile, Carlos, is when you get 3 minutes with Bonnie Blue being the 567th guy. Hold that. Money Blue invited me for a one-on-one. I accepted it. Yo, that is crazy. That is absolutely mad. That is actually mad, man. After getting a few trains, that is crazy. I ain't even gonna read that, bro. That is mental. That is mental, bro. Back to the article. But yeah, man, this is the expected, obviously, goals in terms of outperformers and stuff like that. 2024, 2025 Premier League. You got Mbeumo, 20 goals. Expected goals, 12.3. That's the massive difference. Chris Wood as well. He's only expected to get 13. He got 20, and that's 6.6. Cunha, another Man United player, got 15. He was only expected to get 8. So that's another jump in 6.4. And then Jared Bowen, a top player, got 13, only expected to get 8. And then Iwobi got 9, only expected to get 4. So these are the guys that perform their expected goals. So that's obviously positions where they're looking to score from, and et cetera, et cetera. But yeah, that firepower is something that the Portuguese manager is moving quickly to address with Cunha and Mbeumo. Cunha scored 31 goals in 76 games in all competitions for Wolves after joining from Atletico Madrid. That's very good, to be fair. That's like nearly 1 in 2 for a relegated like red inside. Is actually pretty good. But United fans should be worried about expecting too much in front of goal from the duo. Cunha ranked third for outperforming his expected XG, while Mbeumo and Chris Wood recorded a bigger difference. Historically, the level of clinical finishing has rarely been proved repeatable. In the past 5 Premier League seasons, just 14 players have overperformed their XG by at least 5 goals. The only player to do so more than once is Son in the 2021-2022 season, man. And that's when he was regarded as like the best finisher in the league at the time. I remember, because he was just finishing every kind of like one-on-one and stuff. Well, yeah, look at these damaging stats, man. The worst finish in the Premier League history, 15th, fewest points, fewest goals scored, fewest wins. 11 wins out of 38 is crazy. 18 defeats, man. Nuts, man. Nuts. The Cameroon international is brought for not just his goals, though. And Mbeumo prefers to play on the right behind a striker, with Cunha expected to feature on the left, but also has the versatility to play centrally. So you could play either up front or mainly probably Cunha, but yeah, or obviously both in those number 10 roles. He tops the list for the most touches per 90 minutes for a player who has scored more than 15 goals, showing his involvement in play, and ranks as one of the best ball carriers in the league. That's very true, consistently with effective end product. He was 16th on the top list of top assists with 7 as well. But in terms of expected assists, he was top in the Premier League with 9.3. Well, I didn't even know that. That means he would have expected his teammates to score more of his passes than they did. Salah, who had 18 assists, only had 9.1. That's crazy, man. So he had a massive drop, man, literally double. However, he leaves a team where the pressure was not on him to score all the goals, with Wissa also bagging 19 Premier League goals. He also joins a team with top scorers, only netting 8. Bruno Fernandes and Amad Diallo, man. It's crazy, man. Big up the chat, man. Make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new here, all of that good stuff. Here we go. Cunha has been offered Rashford's 10 shirt. LOL, it's actually over for him. Who are the racists going to blame now? Yeah, Rashford's done out, man. He's done out. He's done out. Bro, if he goes to Barcelona, he would have done a solid, to be fair, though, if he managed to get that move. Because, again, playing in the Champions League, playing in La Liga, fighting for league titles and stuff. So, yeah. But we'll see where he actually wants to go and then where he can actually go, innit? Cunha and Mbeumo, though, co-signers for them. I applaud it. Yo, whoa, sick. You got to give credit where it's due, bro. Sick signings, man. I rate both of them, innit? I'm not going to start hating on them because they joined Man United. I'd rate them both at Wolves and at Brentford, to be fair. So, yeah, fair play. You've got them over the line. And now your goal scoring issue in terms of not having any match winners, because both of them are match winners. Because I know that obviously articles saying about XG can't be repeated. But to flip it, you could say, well, these guys can score from impossible angles, impossible positions, long range. Have you seen Cunha run the length of the pitch or run past 2 or 3 players and score from long range? You've seen Mbeumo score half volleys, full volleys at acute angles and stuff against top teams. So, yeah, man, they both can score out of nothing. And, bro, when you've got a team that is defensively solid, if you can improve on an offensive structure, bro, you only need one of these guys to do a moment of magic, and then you can win the game 1-0 when you normally wouldn't have done, because you don't really have any of them kind of players in your team really that can do that. Maybe Bruno from a free kick. I might have one in him, maybe 1 or 2 a season, but he's not really consistent with it. So yeah, it's crazy, man. I just want Osimhen, make it happen. So as long as we have Dalot and Shaw, it's doomed. Bro, you need to start selling some players for sure, man. Definitely, man. AFCON, they're losing. Oh, yeah, AFCON, bro. AFCON, they're losing Mbeumo, Ahmad, Anana. I mean, Anana might be a good thing. Dogu and May. man creating Manu in there. You're nasty. That's nasty work. That's nasty. That's so nasty, fam. Man creating Manu in there, you know. Crazy. Crazy work. Osimhen, Delap, Korean. Yeah, it could be the case, bro. It could be the case. You got Jackson and Delap, Karma. On the other hand, Haaland getting sold, and if United get Osimhen with Zertsky, I would be happy. Listen, yeah, as long as you get a top striker to go with it, Osimhen with Zertsky would be calm, to be fair, because now you got Mbeumo, now you got obviously Cunha as well, so you got enough firepower to do what you need to do, which is get back into a European spot. If I'm being honest, man, I can see Spurs signing Wissa, very solid backup striker and at top 6 club. That's not a bad shout. I know they're linked with Eze as well. And it'd be interesting to see if Thomas Frank does go back into that Brentford well. I know they were linked with Norgaard before Arsenal signed them, but it could be other. I rate Damsgaard. You know what? Out of the two, if we would have got Damsgaard, I would be like, you know what? This is a good because I think he's cold, bro. I think he's actually really, really good. I think he facilitates a lot of the goal scoring prowesses of Mbeumo and Wissa because he's very creative, man. So I think he slept on, man. I think he's a very good player. But yeah, that's probably a player they could probably look to get. I know they got Madison, but for me, he's more of an 8. Damsgaard's more of a 10. So yeah, Brentford have got some players that you definitely could cherry pick for sure. Osherman, Zertsky, Obi would be good as a front three. Obviously, 1 game a week as well, so you could rotate. I want Jackson Sol Korean, so no left wing trial, straight selling. Delap is that 30 number 9. Obviously, bro, they're saying he's the next Harry Kane and that. So the lap stocks, bro. It could be in. Bro said losing an honor might be a good thing, you know. LOL, you know it's over when rival fans saying that it's good thing. Bro, I think he's trash, bro. Honestly, I didn't even rate Kepa like that, but Kepa's better than this guy. Honest rubbish. He's so bad, fam. He's terrible. Jackson should dig his heels in and run his contract down. He's clearly Chelsea. Bleeds blue. Xerxes going to AFCON too. Is anyone black you just say he's going to AFCON, man? It's crazy. Bro, he's Dutch. Calm down, Carlos. Damsgaard is cold, and he's like, yeah, trust me, bro. He slept on, man. Yeah, I think he's like 25. Let me double check. I know he's not mad old. Again, bro, it's the hairline tax. So obviously he's got like some receding thing in it. So everyone thinks he's like 33, fam. You know what I mean? But yeah, I think he's sick, man. And when you watch Brentford play, and because bro, people don't realize that obviously Brentford were like one of the highest scoring teams in obviously at the GTEC Stadium, innit? They were beating teams 4-2, 5-3, 3-1, 5-4, all them kind of like mad scores. And he was facilitating the majority of it. Yeah, he's on the receding thing still. Yeah, his hairline, I've seen it. But yeah, he's 24, bro. He's 24 from Denmark as well. But yeah, man, another slept on baller, bro. I'm surprised he's not been linked with a move. Do you know what I'm saying? He got 12 assists in the Prem. So yeah, he's a creative player, man. He's a creative player. But yeah, I rate him, man. I think he's very, very good. To be fair, I wish we got him instead, if I'm being honest. Yeah, the noise I made when I saw the lap goal last night screamed louder than I did with Bonnie. I've not even seen. I need to see your highlights. To be fair, I know obviously Evil Saka scored, and obviously the lap scored as well. So I need to see how you man played in that. So yeah, man, it's crazy, man. I said I would have current retired Cavani up top over Højlund. Please don't let me suffer for another season watching him. Nah, you know what? I do think you're going to get a striker. I don't know if you're going to sell Højlund. I know he's linked with Inter Milan. I think Fabrizio said it, but I don't know if he's definitely going to go there, innit? I feel like potentially you might be keeping him. Maybe I think you'll keep one of him or Zertsky. Probably Zertsky, to be fair, because I'm not seeing him really be linked with a move away, obviously in the summer. So. But yeah, man, I don't think you'll be seeing him again. And also, as well, to be honest with you, even if you do keep him, I think the fact you've got Cunha as well, I think he'll probably play up front more time than him, even if you don't get another striker, if I'm being honest. Because you got to think Bruno's staying, so Bruno's probably going to be in the 2-8s. But he's going to be in the team because he's captain. So, and then you got Ahmad as well. So all of a sudden, you've got a few options you can rotate with and stuff, especially with 1 game a week. So yeah, man. You could be back, bro. It's just depending on how your manager gets on. Do you get it? So yeah, man. Tots will hype up every midfield except Enzo Fernandez. He got double GA, bro. I said Enzo Fernandez had a decent season, but that's like the first one he's had, bro. Like no one's really rating Enzo like that, fam. Let's be honest. Like everyone was saying, like, why were you paying the 105 million for him until like last season when you man were finishing 12th and in the bottom half of the table? Do you know what I mean? So he wasn't really rated universally like that. Still, I can't lie. It was only Chelsea fans that rated him up until this season when obviously he played pretty well. So yeah, but again, you can't really blame us because you were finishing bottom half. So no one's going to rate your plays like that. Only Cole Palmer got rated because he got the X amount of goals he got last year. And then you had that surge when you finished 6th, obviously under Poch towards the end of the season. But the majority of the season, man, you were bottom half. I remember a couple of your Chelsea, obviously, content creators were moaning about Poch. That Don CFC was moaning about him all season, saying he's not good enough. A couple, Carefree Lewis as well was moaning about him, saying he's not good enough. So yeah, and these are the plays he had. So yeah, man, is what it is, isn't it? You know what I'm saying? Is what it is, bro. You'd be happy with the lap Korean. Didn't pay attention to the lap. Now Enzo was good last season too. Only striker I rate right now in the current market is Osherman. Yeah, Osherman, obviously, again, he's a player that needs to be obviously sought after, but I don't know, man. How much would you pay for him? Because again, if you're looking at the likes of Sesko and Gyökeres at 65, 75 million, then Osherman surely would be more. You would think so, because I think that he's better than them two personally, in it. So I don't know, man. I don't know if it's the price, if it's the transfer fee, if it's the agent fee, or whatever. The wages obviously is the key thing as well, because he's going to be wanting. Apparently, he wants 400 grand a week. That's the rumors, in it. Don't know if it's true. Don't know if that's counting. I don't know if that's net as well, or if that's a flat base fee. If that's flat, that's crazy without bonuses and that. He wants 400 grand. But I don't know, man. I feel like that might have been blown out proportion. But for me, he's a player that definitely could improve any kind of attack for sure, man. But again, I don't know if he's going to AFCON as well, because I think Nigeria qualified as well, didn't they? So I guess he'll be missing another obviously month and a half of the season. Which obviously Salah's going to be missing with Egypt. I know Ghana didn't qualify, which is crazy. But yeah, man, there's a couple of players that are going to be missing for sure for a month. So that could be crucial, especially when obviously me and Colin looked at the not even just the Arsenal fixtures, just the fixtures in general. Potentially, you could be playing 9 or 10 games in January, which they'd be missing majority of them. I think they might be about for the FA Cup game. I think that's at the start of the year. But then the rest of them, they'd miss in it until obviously AFCON finishes in February or whatever. So yeah, it is definitely something to have a look at, have a eye on for sure. Man said, Korean Osherman was twerking for Chelsea. He don't want you guys. Yeah, I mean, John Obi Mikel was making sure that he joined Chelsea, man. Obviously, his agent kind of messed it up. But yeah, I would trigger his release clause. It's that time. I checked his 63 million pounds for something. Yeah, I mean, bro, the problem with release clauses is you got to pay all up front in it, and all these clubs like to play in structured payments and stuff like that. So I don't know whether you can afford it just for the simple fact that you want to buy other players as well. Do you know what I mean? And you've already spent 120 over a period of time with the two players you're going to get. So I don't know, man. If you want him and then a keeper and someone else, like how much money do you think you man are going to be spending? Especially about European football, I don't know if you can afford it, especially because you can't even fix your stadium and you got rats in there, bro, and you got a one-star restaurant, man. What's going on here? In terms of hygiene and catering and that. You already have Jackson in the lap. That's your project. That's your striker position. You're not even in the conversation, Carlos. Osherman wants Haaland money, and he's actually correct. He's asking for that payout. To be honest, he was I read an article that Napoli actually promised him the Haaland money already, but because I don't know why they agreed to it, but then I think that's what happened. So they agreed to the Haaland money for Osherman, but then they finished like 10th or 13th or whatever it was in the Serie A, and then didn't get European football, and then they couldn't obviously obligate to pay him the money on a substantial amount of level in it. So that's why they loaned him out last year. Even though they're back in the Champions League, I don't think they want to commit to paying him that amount of money, especially because they've just won the Champions League without him. Sorry, they just won the Serie A without him. So they're looking to offload him. But I don't think no one's willing to pay him. And again, and this is the problem when you put people on high wages, e.g. Sancho, e.g. Havertz, e.g. these guys, Rashford. Bro, they're not going to go down. Like Partey, they're not going to willing to. And I don't blame them, to be fair. Why would you take a pay decrease when you don't need to, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? When you've already got a contract signed for a period amount of time where you're getting paid 300, 400 grand or whatever it is. You're not going to go unless, again, some players do it to further their career. I get it, or go to a smaller club. But you're not going to do it logically, in it, if you don't have to. Do you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's crazy, man. If United could do some sort of deal involving Garnacho, Osherman, that would be a good arrangement. That would be a nice little swap, to be fair. But I think they want, I'm sure they want Darwin Núñez, Napoli. So I don't know whether it's like a domino effect, whether they're waiting for Núñez to go and then Núñez to come in and then selling Osherman, or the other way around. So that might be a case. I mean, I don't know why Liverpool just don't swap and just get Osherman. Do you know what I mean? But I don't know. I don't know if I can imagine them with a black striker, to be fair, actually, Liverpool, thinking about it now up front. So yeah, maybe not. There are pictures of them taking pictures with Igalo's United shirt. It's Drogba Korean. Chippy Chips and Osherman will celebrate together at the Theatre of Dreams soon. Osherman is a Chelsea fan. And Chippy Chips will finally be smiling, not to be looking dead in the eyes, saying what, asking every question. You rate Palmer, but then you're trying to diss him. That's funny, bro. Oh my days, man. But yeah, back to United article. Amarin spoke about often enough about last season about United's failure to make the most of opportunities. They need to score more goals than the 44 league goals they managed last season. That's terrible, by the way. 44 goals in 38 games. And Mbeumo's arrival should address that shortfall, but as well as Cunha. The Cameroon forward will offer more than that. He has power and strength to carry the ball forward. Too many United players, attackers are nippy, a variety who find it easy to operate in the smaller spaces. The theory is Mbeumo aligned with Cunha with a strong number 9 who can play with his back to goal and hold up effectively, can force the opposition back, creating greater depth in the game and more space for United to play in and create great opportunities. United are trying to negate their recruitment plan going forward previously by bringing in players who are used to playing in the Premier League and don't require settling time, which is smart, to be fair, which after how last season ended is a short supply, especially with obviously Zertsky and obviously Højlund struggling because again they hadn't played in the Premier League before. So it's smart to go this route, to be fair. You know what you're going to be getting. They know the league already, so they don't have to adapt. And Mbeumo cannot be at the end of the reshaping of Amarin's squad. And the former Sporting boss at the end of last season, they might take a few transfer window to get what he wants. But it does appear United will be a bigger goal threat next term. And from there, that significant improvement should come. Rise from 5 mil signing to 60 mil sale. When Brentford snapped up 18, bro, they signed him at 18. 5.8 mil, bro. That's crazy. Fair play, the profit, man. It's highly doubtful that the Bees would have thought they'd be making £55 million profit 6 years later after stepping out of Ivan Toney's shadow following his departure to Saudi. And Mbeumo put the best season of his career to date, earning him a Premier League Player of the Year nomination alongside Salah, Isak, and Van Dijk. The 25-year-old told BBC Sport of Africa his ambition is to be the best player possible after netting 20 times in the Premier League. It seems he's well on his way to do that, man. So yeah, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. But yeah, man, when you watch the highlights, Tops check the Enzo assisted the lap, the hold-up play, and the turn exactly what Jackson cannot do. Okay, I'll have a look, bro. We've needed a top quality 9. So Palmer and Enzo's chances get converted. Yeah. I'll check it out probably after the stream, man. Just check the highlights, man. I feel like all the Palmer's thinking ability was sacrificed to football. Jackson is the Drogba replacement. Give him time. That's what you said literally a few months ago. Stick by your striker, Nicholas Jackson. I've never compared Jackson to Drogba. Get out of here. You're just a hater. Jackson deserves more respect. Very, very underrated player. He's an unsung hero in your squad. I don't know if you're trolling or if you're being serious. I can't actually tell, to be honest with you. I think Jackson's okay, but ultimately, you're not going to be happy with him long term as your main striker. Squad player, cool. Some that plays on the left or right, but he's just not clinical enough, man. These players, bro, there's a reason why these players come to the squad and then the fans are not overly happy with them. Jackson at Chelsea, Liverpool, Nunes at Liverpool, Havertz at Arsenal, because we see them week in, week out, and we see them the misses they make at crucial times. We're like, what are you doing? And it's just frustration, especially because, not with Chelsea, because you only paid 35 mil for obviously Jackson, but with Nunes and obviously Havertz, we paid so much money for these guys. Like, we expect them to be a bit more clinical than they are, innit? So yeah, man, I can understand the frustration for sure. But I think Jackson's decent for the amount of money you paid for him, and the fact that he didn't have any kind of like what's the word, academy kind of training. He just kind of came over here as a freshie kind of thing. I think he's done all right, to be honest with you. Bro, bro, Carlos said I will give Jackson time, and now he's asking for his head. What's up with that? What's up with that? Because he's been sent off twice. He's a liability, and his ability isn't good. Get rid. He's had enough. Get him gone. He's had enough, bro. He's had enough. He's crazy, bro. It's crazy, man. He's had enough, bro. Now the 2 red cards were silly as well, by the way, bro. You can't be doing that, man. Fix up. Fix up. The thing is, he's not even a kid like that. Like, he's 23, 24? So it's not like he's like 19 doing these kind of things. You get me? He's playing in the Premier League long enough now. And yeah, you can't be getting sent off, bro. Costing because he could have cost you Champions League, literally. If he wasn't for your team, obviously still winning the games, he could have cost you the Champions League spot with his red card last year. So yeah, man, you definitely need to upgrade on him for sure, in my opinion. But yeah, that is the article. But yeah, my big up everyone tuning in. Make sure you guys like the video and subscribe to the channel. Would you take Jackson actually, Korean, bro? Would you take him at Man United? That's a question. Do you think he could do well for you at thingy? Because I'm trying to think as well for Arsenal. I just don't think for us. Again, we've just got too many players that are similar in terms of like they're decent, they can score a few goals, and they have like a purple patch where they're scoring, but ultimately we're at the stage where we need like a clinical striker. as much as clinical as possible, innit? So yeah, man. But again, for other teams, I think you do okay. But then obviously Carlos made a point a couple of weeks ago, or might be even last month, where he was like, would you obviously Mbeumo and Wissa have just got 19 and 20. If you put Jackson in that Brentford team, would he get 20 league goals? I don't think he would, personally. I don't think he would, bro. Or 19. I don't think he would for Brentford, man. So when you look at it like that, it's like, well, why are we accepting a guy that he wouldn't get 19 or 20 for a lesser team, but then other teams are obviously getting these kind of players, scoring them kind of goals for them, man. So yeah, it's crazy, man. But it is an interesting debate for sure. Interesting debate for sure, man. Do you take me do you take me for a mug? Bro, you were propping him up literally about 10 minutes ago. Not even that, what, five minutes ago. Do you take me for a mug, you know? Jackson at United. Karma. He's perfect for Chelsea. Nothing out of Chelsea has been good for any other club. Nah, I hear it, bro. You've got Mount, I've got habits. So yeah, I hear it. I hear it, man. This is what they do, though, man. This is what they do for sure. So yeah, you just gotta try and stay away from any kind of thing they've got, if I'm being honest, bro. Because yeah, it never ends well, man. It never ends well, man. So yeah, bro. But yeah, big up everyone's obviously tuning in. That's gonna be the end of the show. I'm gonna redirect. I'll be back obviously at 2:00 to see if there's any more kind of news about. But yeah, I don't think anyone's even on. You know, that's about. Is anyone on? Let me just refresh this. But yeah, man, big up everyone tuning in, man. Man said, I don't know why they even sign players from Chelsea and any other English team. I know, man. You think that obviously you learn from Arsenal's mistakes, Man United's mistakes, any of kind of top teams' mistakes when they get a player from Chelsea. It just never works out in the end, man. I wish we had Fofana a proper chance. Gave Fofana a proper chance. He's more of a natural striker than Jackson. He did okay for Burnley as well. I mean, he didn't get many chances in terms of like goal scoring chances, but he did all right. It looks that one goal he scored against West Ham was sick. I remember. But yeah, man, where is he now? Is he did you sell him or loan him or whatnot? I don't even know, man. Because you just had so many guys that you buy and loan out. I don't even know what's happening with him. But yeah, man, it's crazy. It's crazy. No one's even online, man. It's absolutely crazy, bro. These man offered it. Oh yeah, and Cuckoo for Garnacho. They're shameless. You should take him. take him to Leon getting relegated. Talk to Leon about getting relegated. That's crazy, man. And Cuckoo as well. Yeah, bro, you could get him as well, man. It's crazy, man. It's absolutely crazy. I don't know why they aren't. Sorry, I don't know why they aren't more vulture clubs pouching their players. We're trying to sell. That's true. He's injured. That's a poaching. Yeah, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. It's crazy how it's turned out, man. But yeah, man, I'm gonna go, man. Big up everyone tuning in. I'll be back at 2 for another transfer talk. So big yourself up for being in the building. I'll catch you, man, on the flip side. And yeah, don't hate to play at the game. And until next time, I'm out, people.